Debatable.
It was very interesting. Now I wait for people to arrive. 60. What's up with that? Direct line of sight to observe. Okay. That should work much better. Because this is not a dark space. Twitter should add notifications for when someone downloads a picture from your tweet specifically to annoy NFT bros. Yes, I completely agree. Also, girls and thigh highs send tweet. Almost just posted that to the wrong channel.
Hello.
Hello. Uh-oh, too much. Too much drink. Okay.
I got to kill that Archduke, by the way.
Good.
It turns out he doesn't like bolted chain lightning.
Also, I think they rebalanced the tavern fight. It was not as total cancer AIDS as I remember.
Oh, either that or you just got better at it.
Oh no, don't get me wrong, it was still awful. I think they trimmed down a lot of the chaff that spawns. The biggest problem with it is really by the time you get there, you really don't have even like fireballs.
Really, the only thing you need to do is kill anything that's not just the base cultists.
Yes.
So the alchemists and the demons.
Yes.
Yeah, the chaff just keeps coming.
Yes, but the chaff still presents an issue.
That's why you have summons.
Because her beans on my thumb.
Beans.
Okay. Beans. I can't tell if that's an annoyed meow or if she's just being chatty.
It's the beans.
She's very confusing when it comes to like petting her anywhere on her like lower half. I can never tell if she is. Oh, that paw came up real quick. What was that? Okay, that answered my question. She went in for a gentle bite. She didn't like it.
Have been attacked.
The question is that because that hurts or because she just doesn't like her butt being touched?
Your butt touch.
Oh, no, maybe she is trying to play.
Play with the catto.
Do it, bite me. Bite me. She got mad because I'm taking my hand away.
You must rub the cat.
You rubs.
Okay.
Do it now.
That was not an I want to play. That was I'm gonna bat my head against your hand.
Rub the cat.
Puppet.
You're purring, but you like went to bite me. You confuse me, cat.
Hey, she's playing with you.
Commit. You have to commit to play.
Be unhappy with you.
She's like halfway between wanting to play and wanting me to just sit here and pet her. It's very confusing.
She is Cade.
She's like, you're just supposed to know. They do gentle pats.
And then you become consumed.
You got big eyes. Silly cat. Silly, silly cat. Who is that? That is very ominous, you're right.
I see ominous.
It's me. Who's me? Alright.
I mean, look, this just begs the obvious question. So the obvious reply of, oh, Cora.
Oops.
I don't know the actual, like, Cora, but, you know, hey.
Henlo. Anyway.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
No, you do that at the end, not at the beginning.
The session's already over.
How? We just
It was a good session.
I'm confused.
Yeah, we finished the dungeon, Bratu got level drained to death, and I found a dire demon, so it's all good.
I mean, hey, just be glad I didn't decide to put a Nabasu in here.
You cut out there, what?
I said be glad I didn't decide to put a Nabasu in here. You know as well as I do how much of a problem those can be.
I still didn't hear what you said. Be glad you didn't put in a what?
A Nabasu.
Oh.
The demons that steal your levels.
I don't care about Nabasu. Bodaks are worse.
So you do want to play cat.
Can't stop yawning.
Theseus is tired.
We'll stop
Oh,
yawning.
man, I imagine that's common.
Just don't yawn. It's a simple solution to a complicated problem.
What's that second resource you have up there?
Up where?
Theseus has 2 resource bars. One of them obviously is Theseus's hit points. I'm trying to work out what the other one is. Is that just like your total spell availability?
My total Theseus.
Your total Theseus?
Oh, it's for his wand.
Oh, fair enough. That's pretty neat.
Once
Oh.
my wand runs out of charges, I will no longer be Theseus. I must choose a new name.
There we go. I have
As-
updated mine for burn.
As is the ancient way.
Well, please, yeah. We wish to keep the Theseus.
I got her to play. It's happening.
Yes. When the blue bar fills up on the resolve, he falls unconscious.
Oh no.
Hey, baby. At least I think that was playing. That or she's just very gentle about trying to kill me. All right.
I mean,
Well,
that is playing for cats.
resolve.
Yes, me here.
Do the thing. It's time.
You hate me.
No, it's just your turn.
I know you hate me. Anyway, so after we finished clearing up the graveyard, which was run by a undead priest of Ogathor, helping some priests of Pharasma, consecrating everything, we moved on through the rather undead town, found a pair of rather large looming statues across a dried riverbed in an area surrounded by a wall. Or naturally, that's where we gravitated to. The statues themselves were... One was, I don't remember, the first one. The second one was of a pallid angel, but it seemed like it was affected by flesh to stone. So it could actually be a pallid angel. Thankfully, none of us can reverse that. So you don't have to worry about it. There was also a large onyx obelisk with a man inside it who appeared to be just bound there. He had all his sensory organs basically removed, which is a generally bad time. We tried to break it, but, well, there's only so much you can do about a 20-foot thick obelisk. I believe it was 20 feet. It's either 10 or 20 feet.
It's like 20 feet thick.
Yeah. From there,
That's pretty thick.
just north of the obelisk was a chapel, church kind of deal. From within inside was sounded like there was a sermon taking place. We peeped in through some of the windows and found that it was more undead doing undead things, but we couldn't see exactly who was leading the sermon. So we decided to scout out around the church first to see if there was anything noteworthy. Found a shed with a statue of some kind of intelligent undead, to which the resolve found that it wasn't sitting quite right on the floor. So we dragged it out, and much to the DM's dismay, we found ourselves in this barrow, ahead of schedule. In the first room, Bratu lost 7 points of strength because he's an idiot.
Excuse you. That has nothing to do with anything.
And the second room was a couple of skeletons, and the third room, which we currently in, had a vampire. There's also been a whole bunch of gems, and the party has started a new crusade against stuck doors. Because apparently none of us are strong enough to shift them, we must blow them down. And that's about what we stand.
Excuse me. There's a caveat there. Not none of us.
Theseus managed to move one and was immediately defeated by the next door.
Immediately by the next door.
We're just gonna gloss over the one that I defeated. Okay, fine then.
No, you managed to open a door with your strength, but as I said, you were immediately defeated by the next one, so it's a moot point now.
Balance. That is how that went.
Fine.
I'm not neutral enough to believe in that balance.
Alright. I think that about summarizes everything.
Oh, I'm trying to be concise.
Yeah. You've done it. So, you guys are still in the depths of this dungeon with the captain
of stuck doors.
With the captain in tow. His gun now broken because it exploded.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So,
Second time that thing has had an issue on this island.
what do you want to do?
Well, we saw a vampire smoke its way out of that the door to the right, so...
Yep.
Yep, after it tried to blow us up.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that the Resolve is starting a gem collection.
A gem collection?
Yeah, because of all the gems that are here, so he's just collecting them.
Wish I could have a gem collection.
He'll share the gem collection. We'll make fancy things. He owes you a staff anyway, so...
If we light enough fires down here, can we burn down the undead chapel above us?
Considering you're probably 60 to 70 feet underground and the walls around you are stone, probably not.
I didn't say a moderate amount of fires. I said enough fires.
If I had Earthglide, I could definitely do that, but unfortunately, I am baby.
I think theoretically there is a critical mass of fires you could set, yes, but that would take more time and resources than you have.
Sounds like a challenge. But I will accept that that is not an option right now. Right now we have a much worse enemy. Right here.
Yes.
Is this door stuck?
We know the answer to this question already.
Yep.
Theseus spits on his hands.
Theseus, that's unsanitary.
I'm gonna scare the door open.
Roll intimidate.
You're gonna scare the door open.
Open up.
Sound effect.
You know what? You are just scary enough that one of the lingering spirits in the dungeon that you're in decides to undo the door for you.
He
He still did not intimidate the door. But
was intimidating enough.
He effectively intimidated the door. It opened, didn't it?
After you, gentlemen. I think I've made my point.
But while he was doing that, was there anything of note in the room that we fought the vampire in? Besides the vampire that fled?
And besides the loot that you already got, on the west wall, someone has scrawled in Dwarven the words "Braina was here."
Sorry. Wow. Good job. Let me restart that real quick. What was the name?
Braina.
How do I spell that?
Brena. Also, quick new thing.
B-R-E-N.
If you click and hold, it'll do that.
If I click and hold what?
Your left mouse button on the map? Meow.
Meow.
Hello, Lacey.
Oh.
Very noisy cat.
Oh, okay. It still says Andros, but hey.
Yeah, but we know who it is. So, Theseus has the door open. You guys just gonna...
I was fiddling with my dice settings because I saw Theseus had a great effect on a critical there.
Wait, that's a thing in settings that he did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I will follow Bratu to the thoroughly scared door.
Which has apparently been closed again. Stop
closing the door.
Stop clicking on the door. I'm taking away your mouse privileges.
Stop clicking on the door, please. I want to keep my mouse privileges.
There is no door. I've removed it. The door privileges have been lost.
I mean, that's
That's
fine.
right.
We have a crusade
Run away.
against doors anyways.
So, you guys start heading down this hallway.
Yes, trying to keep a keen eye out for traps.
Sure, why don't you give me a perception check?
I mean, I noticed that I get a chance to look at the traps anyway, so...
Yeah, but he said.
Okay. Well, am I within...
I think the way I'm saying that should tell you exactly what's going on.
Fine, I'll roll.
No,
I
you're getting the wrong message here. But if you want to, go ahead.
I don't know. I understand now. I have clued in.
There's no traps.
I'm gonna walk underneath the wizard.
I don't know if that was underneath so much as through the wizard.
But you're only looking at looking at it from above. He went underneath the wizard.
Sure. So, as you start heading down this way, you guys catch a glimpse of the shadowy form of the vampire disappearing down the hallway down. Is it going to cooperate with me? It's a bit finicky. Down there. Down into the...
Yeah?
Yeah, you see it disappear to the right.
Right here?
Yeah, right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Well, we
right
shall
here.
keep the trap detection crew going in tandem.
Scared, get it.
Door. No door.
Hallway.
Look at us go. Are there any sounds or whatnot happening? Just in general? Anything noteworthy?
Give me a perception check. Very distantly, you can hear the sound of knocking.
Like polite knocking or...
Just a constant knocking, almost like something's periodically hitting the wall. But it's very far away.
Could it be mechanical in nature?
It's hard to tell because you're just barely picking the noise up.
Also, I would
real
like
quick.
to... Oh, sorry, yeah. You first.
Before we go any further, get into another fight, and I do have my wand of cure light wounds. I noticed that our dragonborn is at half health.
Would you like to use it and fix that?
Well, I'm not just
Roger,
gonna
do you want to be
no.
healed?
I definitely have no qualms about it.
Alright. I wasn't gonna just, like, use a wand on somebody without saying anything.
Their consent is important.
When using sticks on people.
It's true.
I think there's a way to do it.
That not...
You have to actually click the use item button.
Oh.
And
Well, he has apparently healed for... He min-rolled.
well, I was gonna take a look at Bratu's health and see kind of what the average necessary amount of charges would be, just to save some time. You need...
I mean, maybe he only wanted to do it once. I don't know. It's his wand.
Is that what you want to do, Theseus?
No, I'm gonna do my best to get him up to... I'm gonna get him back to full health.
Just deduct five total charges from it, and we'll just say it's an average roll on everything. Just so you don't have to roll it a whole bunch of times.
Alright.
While Theseus is poking his stick onto the dragon,
And Bratu, that means you're at full health.
I'm gonna tremor sense.
Okay. You don't sense anything?
I'm actually gonna just drag that into the main thing so people can actually see what I'm talking about.
And I'll probably heal myself up a bit as
Okay.
well, because I'm below half health.
I'm not sure why it says 8 rounds.
Actually,
Oh, that's if I accept burn. Okay.
it's a 30-foot radius, right?
Yes, 30 feet.
So you sense stuff behind you, but not in front of you or to the other sides.
Well, with how this place is gone, oh my god, you can actually grab the dice and wiggle it around on your screen. Sorry, I just amused myself way too long doing that. Well, I do remember that there was a room above that had another door, but obviously it was probably either stuck or locked. We didn't go through it, so I think we should be safe. So I won't make mention of it.
Mm-hmm.
We shall carry on.
Oh, you're healing yourself. That's what's happening.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
All right, and as you guys start down the hall, you watch the shadow disappear that way.
This way. I don't suppose the captain is feeling any which way.
He's just kind of keeping an eye out. He's got his rapier out, and he's just on edge at this point.
That's fair.
This is a wiggly corridor.
Yeah. Continues to be wiggly.
Wiggly is my favorite architectural style.
This is.
The heads! My ancient foe.
Before he does that, I'd like to tremor sense again to see if there's anything immediately past the door.
No, there is not.
Okay, and I'll nod to Theseus to have him work his prowess against our foe, I guess.
Our bitter rival.
Yeah, that door is nice and secure.
Well, given that I'm right next to him, I'll roll as well. There we go.
I will allow you to assist.
Oh, you'll allow me. I see.
That door is stuck.
What, even... Wow. Big door.
I guess I'll give it a shot, but I know my rolls if they're anything like last time. Just straight up strength roll.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you rolling strength? You've got, like, 3.
I have a +3 modifier, but
That's what I said.
yeah,
That door
bad
is...
rolls per usual.
That door
I would like to introduce the door to the wonders of kineticism.
Of which variety?
Just basic kineticism today. So I will... where is it? There it is. Does it enjoy the wonders of kineticism?
Well, the wooden door is now splinters. And as it's blown out, Resolve, you get a perception check.
Oh. Okay. So 20... If this is to notice unusual, it's 29.
So, the ground immediately on the other side, there's something off about it. The tiles are too centered together. So instead of being like flush with the other tiles, there's like an inch to a 2-inch gap between the tiles and these ones.
Okay.
And it looks very deliberate.
Well, I'm obviously going to take a closer look at it. Do I need to roll another perception, or is there something else?
Are you just trying to figure out what it is, or?
Well, working out what it is as a start's a good thing.
Do you have Knowledge Arcana trained?
No, my only knowledge skills are dungeoneering and engineering.
Okay. So there are very small runic glyphs along that gap that seem to go all the way around.
I don't know,
But
in which case...
you can't make heads or tails.
Yeah. I can't spell today.
Words are the enemy instead of doors.
Come here.
Meow.
My cat is just silently sitting next to the laptop.
Also, once the door is open, you can hear that knocking has gotten louder.
I would be happy to take a look at those runes for you. You... That be Knowledge Arcana or Spellcraft?
It'd be Knowledge Arcana. They appear to be some sort of a trap in which an individual who steps on one of those pressure plates will trigger the glyphs, which will cause that entire kind of cube of space to become engulfed with fire.
Oh, nice. Can this be disarmed by conventional means, or?
Yes, there is mundane means to disable it.
Well, I would like to attempt to then.
Sure.
Assuming Theseus doesn't have anything else to add.
No, not at the moment.
We shall attempt. Oh no.
An attempt was made.
You...
yeah. You might want to step back from this.
I mean, you can't crit fail skill checks, so...
Yeah, but if you fail, I believe if you fail by 5 or more, something happens.
I don't believe that's the case, but I'll double check.
I mean, that could be trap dependent.
It could be trap dependent. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, that's why I'll double check.
Nice work. Good job.
Oh no, you do spring it. Which
Yeah,
means Theseus would be right there when it triggers, and I need a reflex save from both of you.
I'm sorry, Theseus. Please don't die.
Reflex?
Yep. Alright. So you both will take half of...
Is this magical flame?
This is magical flame, yes.
Can it roll spell pen, please? I don't take damage. Nice.
So Theseus,
well, good for you.
You take 8 points of fire damage, and the resolve, you watch as the magical flames just kind of flicker out against you instead of burning you.
I'm safe. My spell resistance came in useful for a change.
But that does disable the trap.
Nice. Well, given that Theseus has, been burned, I will step into the room to see what I can see.
Okay. So you step into the room. This room appears to be some sort of a tomb, a proper one, that hasn't been touched yet. So along the walls are earthly possessions of whatever creature was or is buried here. There's canopic jars kind of lined up in the center in a ritualistic pattern, and there's a large coffin. I am on the wrong mode. There's a large coffin.
Is it here?
No, it's there.
17-foot long coffin. Jesus.
I mean, it's more just for the visual.
I'm just imagining a very, very big coffin. It's fine.
It is a very nice coffin, that's for sure.
Oh, I see.
You see.
On a scale of 1 to
Flames.
10, how much would I like to be buried in this coffin?
You personally, probably not very much.
Oh, okay.
Also, the knocking that you're hearing is coming from the southwest corner and has gotten loud enough that you can hear it clearly, and it is most definitely not mechanical in nature.
You are cutting in and out for me. Is that just me?
I heard him get to pointing out the direction of the knocking, and then he cut out a little bit.
The
It's
knocking...
cutting out for me, too.
Let me move my microphone and see if that helps. You are hearing the knocking coming from the southwest corner of the room and are able to pretty accurately assess that it is definitely not mechanical.
First things first, would this be a safe assumption to say this is the vampire's coffin in front of us?
It's a pretty safe assumption considering the gas has just slipped inside of it.
How common is vampire folklore in dwarven society?
Common enough, vampires like dark places and dwarves inhabit frequently dark places.
Would the resolve know what to do?
You could make an intelligence check. No, actually, sorry. No, yeah, you make an intelligence check. I was thinking of Andros.
I say Andros would definitely have a suitable role for this, but
Well, Andros would also already know because he's dealt with vampires.
yes.
You would have some ideas. The typical, stake to the heart comes to mind. And then kind of mythos from there, like sunlight and garlic and things like that.
Could I do a religion check once I enter the room upon seeing this coffin?
Sure.
Oh, he's always talking. Okay, I'm gonna let him talk. I guess I'll make that roll what he's talking.
I mean, you can also see the coffin.
Looks like not the only
Oh, no.
one person rolling out ones today.
Sorry, Bratu, you would already know what to do. You were there when the previous vampires were dealt with.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Is Theseus die? If you are speaking, I can't hear you.
I'm not, no.
Oh, okay.
Resolve did
Yeah.
type some stuff out to you directly.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I should still have that staff. Was it a magical staff or just a staff?
It was just a piece of wood that he made you, basically.
Walking stick.
Right, from when I was trapped in the bear trap. Yes, I do still have that. You may have it back, yes.
And he will accept the walking stick back. And what kind of... Well, is it a craft check to make that into a stake?
I mean, you can make the proper tools, right?
Well, I mean, I have the tools on me as well, so yeah.
You would just take 10 on a craft check.
I
Because
have a consecrated dagger, if that'll help.
because you know exactly the shape you need to make things this in, so.
Well, that's what a take 10 looks like, so...
I mean, yeah. So you take like 2 minutes and kind of carefully sharpen the end so that it will stick when you stab it in.
Very nice. Time to investigate things.
Alright. So you...
Out of character, is there anything besides staking the vampire that we need to do? Because I don't remember, even if Bratu does remember from when we dealt with the vampires.
I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to kill them. Each one works enclosed on its own, but if you wanted to make absolutely sure the vampire was never coming back, you would probably want to do a couple of things. You know, like taking its head and take its head, stake it, and
Set it on fire? Was that the third one?
no.
We could stake it with my wand of cure wounds and just tape down the button.
That's not.
I like that.
So let's see.
Is that torture? That sounds against the Geneva Convention.
So you would.
It would be pretty slow. It's only light wounds.
Oh, well, you would know that driving the stake through its heart will slay it until the stake is removed, but if you take the head off while it's impaled, it will kill the vampire permanently.
Okay, then I will definitely share that information with Resolve the moment I see him, making the stake. I'll be like, well, make sure once we stake it, we gotta chop the head off too. That way it stays dead.
Then he will nod and then look at the sarcophagus.
It's more of a stone coffin than a sarcophagus, but it is carved similar to how a sarcophagus would be. You can see all sorts of runes and markings on it in various different languages. Some you recognize, some that are completely foreign to you.
Well, the runes will give him pause until look to Theseus once more as the learned one.
Good Theseus.
Is the Resolve typing?
No, he was just looking to you because the coffin is covered in runes.
Oh. Alright. Let's see. Do I recognize these runes?
Give me a spellcraft check.
Okay.
They're very basic in function. Some of them are not even magical. It's mostly prayer disguised as magic. There are some very minor runes that you recognize as belonging to abjuration schools, but nothing that's going to do anything significant when you open it if the vampire's inside. It's mostly like alarms for someone opens it while they're away.
Nothing of any great significance. Though if they're not already in there, they will be in the room soon once we open it.
There's no way around that, I would imagine, so. Given that Theseus is our fearsome door slayer, I'll also ask him to push the lid off.
I wasn't even going to make you roll, but sure, you push the lid off. You push the stone lid off and onto the other side where it kind of falls to the ground, and inside you see the slowly reforming body of the vampire, who is in their unconscious state, clutching what appears to be some sort of a staff or quarter staff of some sort.
I hope I remember my anatomy classes correctly and drive the stake into the vampire's heart. Hopefully.
And I was gonna ask while he's doing that, do I remember anything in particular I have to do to make sure this vampire goes to a certain person? It's a vampire after all. I figure they might want it.
Let me look at the... Where is vampire? I have to scroll up. What the hell?
I mean, I remember there was a deal with the trio, but they were special to begin with.
I mean, there's nothing particular you have to do as long as you're the one that deals the killing blow.
And would chopping its head off count as that?
Yes. Because that would be destroying it.
Okay, then yeah. Axe is out, and the moment I see that it's properly staked, go for a full, coup de grace.
It's not even a coup de grace. Technically, it's an object right now. So,
Whoa. Whoa.
Vampires aren't people.
well, no,
Confirmed.
it's staked, so it's a corpse,
Whoa.
which means it's an object.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So, you don't even have to perform a coup de grace. You just bring your axe down and cut the head off, and you all watch as from that exposed neck, this kind of pale blue, whitish orb floats out, and you begin to hear this horrible screeching from it as it hovers and gets plucked down through the ground.
I've never dealt with vampires before, so the resolve is just going to assume this is completely normal.
This is fine.
And also, he will reach into the coffin and take out the staff and present it to Theseus.
I'm sure you can't guess the words coming out of my mouth.
Fuck's sake. The one time I think I'm safe. The one time.
Why did you think you were safe in that situation?
Roll a will save.
Okay, so you take half of... Oh, well, it's also going to roll spell pen.
I say, if it rolls spell pen, then we can talk.
So you take...
Also, that was a 1d8.
Oops.
I mean, I'll accept the result. That's fine. Don't worry.
No. You pointed it out. I have to fix it.
14. What am I? Am I 15? 13. God damn.
So you take half of 12. Or of 17.
Which is
6.
half of 17.
It's 8. Sorry.
It's 8. Yeah.
Stop correcting him.
As you as you reach in and grab the staff, causing this horrible pain to shoot up through your arm, but it only really gets to about your elbow before dying out.
Well, he will still present the staff to Theseus, but he'll grit his teeth and say,
The pain has also already subsided as you're starting to speak.
but it still hurt. I'm still in
I
pain.
will. I'll perform my second greatest possible check.
Nothing seems to be wrong with the resolve.
I idly stroke my chisel.
Chisels are not medical equipment.
I'm just gonna gesture to the staff and just like, look at this thing, not at me. What are you doing?
How does the staff look? Is it healthy?
It'd be more of a spellcraft or knowledge arcana.
Is it a healthy staff?
I dare say this wood is dead.
It's not magical anymore. Whatever magic was in it was expended when it was picked up.
Oh, that's upsetting.
It is a very nicely made staff, though.
A minor setback.
Well, look, the resolve has made good on his promise and has provided you with a nicer staff.
I am most pleased. The debt is repaid.
Additionally, resolve, give me a perception check.
Oh, goody.
You're gonna get so much mileage out of that trait.
I know, right?
Doesn't even tell me. Hang on, I'm just trying to figure out what the DC is. For some reason,
Less than 24.
For some reason, it's not listed. So we'll say it's fine. I'll just have to. Interesting. So, as you are retrieving the staff, that displaces the body enough that you see what appears to be some sort of a small little cubby behind the corpse.
Look, There was I've never really expected grave robbing to be on his things to do. He hopes Granite won't mind. And shifts the body aside to make the get out of the coffin. To reveal the cubby to his companions.
Inside is a small wooden chest. That does appear to have a lock on the front.
Is the chest trapped?
Roll perception. Does not appear to be trapped.
Good. I will take the small chest out.
And what's your total HP? Oh.
Big. My total HP is large.
But your current HP is less than 101, right?
Don't finger of death me, please.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I doubt it.
So you now have a small wooden chest with a lock on the front.
And I will present the lock towards Bartu and say, "Can just yeah."
Yep.
Open.
I've still got that knocking to look at as well, but hey.
And I was looking for.
You have to disable device.
Well, no. Before the skill, I was looking for the fucking key. Oh yeah, I put it back in the fucking bag.
You also used it today already.
I was looking at its other effect.
Oh, it's just a skeleton key.
I don't remember what that does.
You use its modifiers in place of your own for disable device.
Which is a +10.
Then yeah, I'll currently use that because while I have my armor on, things are not great.
Okay.
Plus, I have that dex damage.
And
So
if it fails, you cannot retry with the key.
I know, but I will still try.
Sure.
So, you want me to? How do you want me to do that then?
Roll 1d20 plus 10.
Okay.
Just double checking.
Probably not enough. 'Cause I'm not allowed to roll above 10.
Yeah, that does not open the lock. And that does tell you that this key will not work on this lock.
I will push the chest into Bartu's hands and then give it a shot of my own, I guess.
Sure.
I
Okay.
hear you. It's like, here, you take this. I'll show you how it's done. Watch me roll a 1. Ah, cool.
Hey.
That does unlock it. You do
I
it.
hope so.
You do it very quickly too. You pull out your tools, you get the picks in there, and you twist it once, and the whole lock just kind of opens.
And the dwarf will look as smug as a dwarf in a full face mask can look.
The face mask itself looks smug. Are you ready for more gems?
I am.
All right.
Are you ready for more will saves?
I am not. Oh god, why can't they be ones that I already have?
Because
Is red garnet the same as garnet? Yes, it is.
In this case, yeah.
Price-wise, it is the same, so that's an extra garnet. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, violet garnet is just completely different. Well, you guys go work out what the knocking is, and oh, actually, hang on. We also each get 200 gold.
There is also the Boots of the Winterlands.
Yes. Well, we don't know what the boost of the Winterlands are, but we have an extra 200 gold each.
Okay.
Would Theseus like to examine the boots to try and determine what they do?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I sniff the boots. What do I smell?
Ooh, don't sniff the boots. That could be bad.
I mean, you smell dust and winter.
Whatever they do, it has something to do with dust and winter.
Well, what it does is it allows you to travel at full speed across snow and slippery ice without falling or slipping, and it keeps you permanently under the effects of endure elements to keep you warm.
Cut out.
Yeah, you cut out. I'm assuming though that it was endure elements to resist cold.
Yes. Why?
These are the things my nose reveals to me.
We have a wizard with a magical nose. I'm a big fan.
Magical wizard nose. Terrifying.
Magical wizard nose. It's not that terrifying. You know, by the time we get out of here, I'm gonna have so many fucking gems.
And then someone can have a potion of dark vision.
The wizard.
The wizard.
I'm fairly certain the wizard can't see in the dark, so
I cannot know.
it could be quite handy for him. Where does a corner run when it's at home? Or should I just look for a purple gem and just leave it at that?
A corundum? A
Yeah.
corundum. What is a corundum?
I'm just gonna put like a purple chunk there and that'll do.
It's a gem.
Yes.
I really don't know how best to describe it.
That's fine. Don't worry too much about it.
It's-
As I said, I'm just assigning images.
It is a very shiny purple rock, pretty much.
This is why you're the GM.
It has
For
no,
your deep descriptive ability.
as it turns out, it has no dominant cleavage.
It's only got some.
But it is typically it's a man-made rock or a man-made
Well,
gem.
Okay, that's fine. I wasn't that invested, but you know, non-dominant cleavage is now the amusing fact of the day. Okay, we shall move on to our mysterious knocking noise, not to be confused with any potential mysterious ticking noises.
Speaking of, no. So you want to investigate the knocking?
You have a highlighted message, by the way.
Where? Oh.
Yeah. Where else?
Oh. Yeah, I'll text when I'm done.
Okay. Well, we should probably investigate the mysterious tapping noise.
Yep.
After thanking Theseus for his assistance with fancy boots.
Fancy boots.
I would imagine, though, that I already have fancy boots, and I think the dragon already has fancy boots, so they're your fancy boots.
Oh, heck.
I especially don't need fancy boots involving extra cold stuff because I already have some of that.
All right. So you get closer to the corner, and there's just this persistent, constant knocking sound.
Is it rhythmic?
Sort of. More like a metronome would be than anything
Yeah,
else.
so it's consistent.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been prompted, so obviously there's nothing here to look at.
The sound just seems to be occurring near the piles of earthly possessions that have long since started to rot and decay.
And I wish I had something long and potentially bladed so we could drag all this aside. Oh wait, hey, there's a dragon here with one of those.
I mean that is true. I could very much use my axe to kind of just push stuff aside that you're not trying to look at or look through. Very easy to do.
Why don't you give me a reflex save as you try to push the stuff out of the way?
Oh,
Just
lovely.
him?
Yes. Unless you're pushing stuff out of the way too.
No, I'm not. I'm looking.
Just-
For the worst save.
He's just doing a stare. So you start to try to push the stuff out of the way, and all of a sudden you feel as if your axe is being pulled to one side, like something's trying to take it from you, and you manage to just kind of pull back enough to get it free of whatever was grabbing. And you've cleared a small bit of the junk out of the way.
Hold on, you said it felt like
Son.
something just tried to like. You cut out a little bit, so exactly what just happened?
Something tried to take it felt like something tried to take it from you.
Cast soap.
Take my axe or take what I was trying to push out?
Your
of the way?
axe.
Why is it? Oh, because it's in my bag. Right.
Let's see.
I'm
Hang on.
gonna definitely say something about that.
I cast
Oh.
soap.
You cast soap.
On the
Rubber
floor?
scrubber.
I don't actually cast soap, but I'm just reminding myself that it is there.
Okay. But Bratu would mention that it oddly felt like something tried to take his axe from him when he moved.
Does Tremor Sense tell me if there actually is anything there?
If it's on the ground, which there's nothing on the ground that's moving.
Well, it's just if there's anything moving within 30 feet.
No, Tremor Sense specifically cares about things interacting with the ground.
So it's not in the ground either?
It's not in or on the ground.
Well, hang on. I have an idea. I manifest Quilliam.
Okay.
Just and I get Quilliam to peep forward,
Okay.
just to see if he can look through the stuff and tell me anything.
What do you want him looking for?
Anything that looks like it doesn't belong in a pile of decaying possessions.
No,
He's a smart enough boy. He knows what I mean.
he doesn't find anything that seems out of place or odd.
Okay. Well, I give him a pat and then I send him back to his natural place.
In your mind.
Is it backspace? How do I get rid of him again?
Oh, I have to.
Okay. Back, William. We love Quilliam.
William is good boy.
Some of the caravan.
No. You can't do that. It's too big.
Well, I don't know. This is outside of my elemental purview, so I'm going to step back from the corner and let those potentially more, apt at this kind of stuff to deal with it.
I don't even think anyone here knows what's going on.
Do you want to
deal
make
with.
Do you want to make some kind of a check to try to figure it out?
I mean, given
As I understand it,
Sorry, you first.
so we're trying to get through this section of the wall that's been caved in. I understand. Something like that?
No, there's a bunch of... There's a
Yeah.
knocking sound coming from right around here, and Bratu was clearing a bunch of the junk out of the way with his axe when it felt like something tried to take his axe from him.
Okay.
So they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I will take my brand new staff and jab around in the junk pool.
Okay, sure. You jab around
Yeah.
in the... Jab around in the junk pool. No.
Ah. Alright. Don't think it was raccoons.
Well,
Especially
honestly,
not dungeon raccoons.
He's a genius. Bratu,
I'll try to...
why don't you give me a religion check?
Okay.
when the DM is tired of your shit.
And Theseus, if you have it trained, you can as well.
Alright.
I mean, I didn't do anything. I was just sitting there confused.
I do not have it trained, but I do have the...
You have the thing that lets you make it untrained.
Bardic knowledge.
Yeah, so
Yep.
go ahead.
What's your other class, Theseus? I know wizard and something else.
Chronicler.
Chronicler. Okay.
Between the two of you, you're able to piece together that this is probably some sort of a ghost. Some
Like-
minor poltergeist is in the area.
How absolutely dare.
And it's like it's pretty localized to this area.
Alright, you little shit. I pull out my wand of shocking grasp.
Put on my robe and wizard hat.
So in the sense of like a haunt, or just an actual incorporeal being?
It's a poltergeist isn't even an incorporeal being. It's more like a haunt.
Okay.
But it's not powerful enough to really classify as a haunt.
Does that mean I shouldn't zap the garbage?
Means there's
That probably wouldn't do anything.
it
Zap
means
the
there's
garbage.
not much we can do, or that it will do. Just is gonna kind of be there.
I sadly take off my wizard hat.
Well, look, in lieu of everything else, I'm just gonna see if I can have a quick shuffle through the stuff to see if there's anything noteworthy, and try and ignore the influences.
Well, as you start to... Are you shuffling through the same stuff that brought you moved?
Just a bit of everything, really.
Okay, so you start kind of shuffling through it, and you see clothes that were probably nice at one point, rotted food that's just now starting to get that kind of horrible smell, and a lot of other perishable items that aren't necessarily food.
Okay.
But nothing really that catches your interest.
I will depart from the haunted corner. Apparently. Strange place to be haunted, but hey. And make noises like he's going to leave, I guess.
Just starts grunting towards the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else in this room besides the coffin, or
There's
is that
the
sort of
there's the
main...
I was gonna answer. There's the canopic jars that are formed into some kind of a ritualistic pattern in the middle of the room.
Mm.
We should leave those alone, but that's just me.
We really should leave those alone. I opened one.
Like, you actually open one, or...
I was gonna ask if
I
we
have
leave
been.
them alone or destroy them, but
That piece is finished.
Are you...
Well, it would take me a moment or two to walk over to them, so if anybody wants to, like, put out a hand to stop me, I intend to open one right here.
And I'm basically already over here at this point because I was wandering away. So
All right.
Alright, I
So,
all
peek
right.
inside.
you open the jar, and before you even have a chance to peek inside, this blackish red haze begins to kind of rise out of it slowly and forms this humanoid looking figure in the air for a moment before darting down the hallway and disappearing.
Which I probably would have seen. That's like,
And inside the jar are fresh human organs, including a still beating heart that is attached to everything,
Oh boy.
that even actually appears to be fully functional and not like it's dying in the jar.
uh,
I am dubious on whether or not this is worse than a vampire.
Broad shoes, because I assume he's the only one that's looking in the jar, and just me and Andrew saw the haze form into humanoid shape and book it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Broad shoes can be like, what was that? Why did it come out of the jar, and what's in the jar?
There's looks to be fully functioning innards. Beating heart. Probably some breathing lungs in there somewhere.
love it.
Knowledge religion? What the fuck?
Sure, you could try.
Like
I mean,
that.
that-
You could try.
I don't expect anything. This is okay. That's a lot better than I was expecting, but I still don't think it'll help me.
So, you're not a magic person by nature, so the specifics are kind of lost on you. But what's going on with the jar sounds very similar to a spell that you've heard about that can preserve a person's organs for extended periods of time. And then let them essentially save their body in a bunch of little jars so that they can then later resurrect themselves. The formation and number of the jars you see before you, though, is a bit strange. Altogether, there's about 22 jars, and normally a human only needs 3 to 7.
That's not good.
It's a small group of people.
Brock's just gonna kind of ask out loud, just be like, so that kind of thing usually has to do with resurrecting oneself. A couple of these jars would do for that. Why the hell are there so many? And it's clear Bratu only has, the basic grasp of what these things do, and he's clearly looking for help figuring out what the fuck is going on.
The result is pretty simple. He manifests a small ball of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just the suggestion. Burn it down.
I'm not opposed to this suggestion. I think it's rather good, act.
Is there any hints around the room to suggest who these people may have been?
Whatever hints there may have been lost in the personal effects that have started to rot. It's pretty clear that these have been here as long as that vampire has.
And the jars themselves don't have any identifying marks or anything like that?
They have some minor identifying marks. You can't read any of it, though, because it's all magical inscription, but it generally is all in some moderately artistic hieroglyphic style, so that you can vaguely interpret that one contains like a brain, one contains the lungs, stuff like that.
But nothing about like who those organs belong to.
No, nothing like that.
Um,
Anybody got a hammer?
Pulls up on camera.
the resolve will now manifest a blade of fire instead. It's like, you know what?
But Bratu would, he's typing. But Bratu would just kind of repeat the question of, you guys seem to know a little bit more about anything magical like this. Is it a good idea if we just, destroy the jars?
I mean, unless knowledge dungeoneering can give me something on this, the resolve is just going to go with his gut.
This would be either a higher religion check than the one that Bratu got, or an arcana.
Yeah. So
I will attempt an arcana roll.
Sure.
If it
I've got
pleases the
nothing
court.
personally.
If it pleases the court. It sounds like what Bratu said.
Smash him up good.
Well, in which case, I will manifest my blade of fire and start breaking jars, starting with the one that Bratu opened.
You mean the one Theseus opened?
The one that Theseus opened, rather. Okay. Sorry.
And you're sure about that?
Yes, John Cena.
All right.
I'm gonna get cursed. It's gonna be great.
Bratu, are you helping him with this?
He's getting his axe out, but he's kind of just watching at the moment because he's just very confused.
Okay. So, Resolve.
Theseus will help with it.
Oh, okay. So, Resolve and Theseus, you guys start breaking jars using the staff and the blade of fire, and each one you break sends out another one of those little humanoid-shaped gusts of energy. And it's about the fourth or fifth one that you really start to notice that the air around you has gotten thicker, almost making you sluggish as you're continuing. And you stop just for a moment and look around. The walls are not stone anymore. They are contracting flesh like a beating heart. At first it's just the visage of that beating, the heart closing and opening as it's pumping blood somewhere. Then you start to hear it, the dull thud of the heartbeat around you, but it's deafening. It's maddening in its consistency. And the rest of the jars, before you even get to them, shatter on their own. And I
I would
need...
also like to note that I was making sure to burn the organs inside before I move to the next one.
That's fine.
That's why the fire was a thing.
That's fine.
Okay.
I
Sorry,
was
carry on,
aware. I need all of you, as the rest of the jars shatter, to make a fortitude save.
We'll say, I'll take it.
And the captain will make one as well, because he is in the room.
Oh no. At least I didn't roll worse. I'll take it.
Resolve, Theseus, and the captain all immediately fall unconscious. Bratu, you are dropped completely prone, and your axe...
Is this a magical effect?
Would you like me to roll its caster level check for you?
I would, yes. If I have any chance.
I think that bypasses your spell resistance.
Perfect.
So you fall unconscious. Bratu, you fall prone. And watch as the heart around you begins to peel at the seams. All of the places where it connects, it just begins to peel apart while it's still beating. And blood begins to flow in from everywhere. Every possible crevice that it can seep through.
Am I permanently prone, or can I get up?
If you would let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
So, the blood begins to rush in, flooding the chamber. Very reminiscent of the last time you interacted with vampires.
With what? You cut out.
With vampires.
How specific the vampiric hags.
Yes, they had an ability similar to this. The chambers begin to flood until you can't see Resolve, Theseus, or the captain anymore. And if you would like to try and stand up, you can.
I am going to
try and stand up.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stand up and try to grab them, because I assume Theseus and...
They're all floating.
Resolve. I also assume those two are next to each other, since they were kind of going jar by jar.
I mean, they're kind of somewhere in the middle, say, here and here. But first you have to try to get up, which is... that's going to be a strength check. Because the heart is still beating, even as it's basically ripping apart around you.
Would this be considered a combat-like situation?
Why?
For one of my abilities. Although, I guess taking a 10 doesn't help me there. Wouldn't be enough.
You must fight your inner demons.
I would need to know what ability you're talking about.
Without Master, from being a Ronin, involves using willpower, gives me the ability to do one thing a day in combat, but that's why I asked if it was a combat situation.
That's on a skill check. This is not a skill check.
This is an ability check.
Right, that's fair. Just rolling strength.
So, despite the tremors that are rushing up through you each time the heart beats, you do manage to force yourself up to your feet and start wading through the rapidly filling chamber towards towards Theseus and Resolve.
I'm going to... Since Theseus is so light, he's just going over the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And Resolve, I'm actually going to kind of push, since he's floating, towards the door, and make my way to the captain as well, while carrying Theseus, pushing the floating Resolve to try to get to the captain. so that I can get all of them to the door basically at the same time.
Okay. So you start pushing Resolve and carrying Theseus towards where the door should be. The closer you get, the more you
I
start
love that
to...
phrase.
Closer you get, the more you start to realize there is no door that you can see.
So, can you put the door back, please?
That's about how I feel. It's just like, why? Why is there no door?
Hearts don't have doors?
Oh, and open your ventricle then.
They've got 4 of them.
Fine, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll just.
And if it's a heart, you can always make your own door.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna try to put y'all next to each other.
No knows. You're unconscious, you can't speak.
I'm just gonna try to put you 3 next to each other, then, and just all 3 floating there, and then just fucking go for the heart, I guess.
Sure, why don't you give me an attack roll against it?
They're in both hands.
I don't think there's any way you miss. But
There,
it's just a matter of if you actually do damage.
This is where I think natural armor applies to the heart in this case.
He thought.
So why don't you give me an attack roll?
Well, there we go.
That's loud.
You're loud.
I have to see if I can turn that down. Okay. So you march up to the wall, grab your axe in both hands, and start swinging at it. And you manage to find one of those seams that hasn't started to break yet and get your axe wedged in there. And you pull back and you go for another swing, trying to time it with the beat of the heart so it's easier to pull back. And you do manage to start cutting through, but it's a good 2 or 3 feet thick of just muscle.
Muscle.
That is not gonna deter me. Is the amount of damage I'm doing actually mattering?
You are dealing damage to the material, yes.
In that case, I do want to use my Fierce Resolve ability, so that I can add 1.5 times my con modifier to that melee damage.
Sure, you can do that on your next set of attacks.
Okay. And will I be making full round attacks in that case? Or
Yes.
just a single again?
Yep. You'll make a full round.
I'll make a full round, okay. Now what happens when I'm not slicing into this?
It's still filling with blood.
Nothing else?
You're inside of a heart, so no. It's a small door. Go ahead and give me your attack rolls.
Let's see, 1.5 times con.
It's just slash me.
/ me.
Okay.
I guess the damage bonus would be...
I don't get any chances to come out of unconsciousness, do I?
You will in a moment.
That. Full attack.
So the first attack doesn't quite get through the muscle this time, and the second attack, you actually time it wrong, and your axe scrapes along the structure of the heart rather than chopping into it. And Now, Theseus and Resolve, you guys can get another fortitude save to try to regain your consciousness.
Hell yeah.
And the captain will... Man, he...
I've misplaced it again. Hell yeah. God damn it.
So close. Theseus, you do start to regain consciousness, though you are floating in rising blood.
I'd rather be asleep. Never mind.
I changed my mind.
Too bad now.
If you want to go again, Bratu, you can.
I don't see any other way out here. So, but I did use, of course, the one time I used Fierce Resolve, it fucking doesn't matter. But let's go with the full attack.
Wait, that's right. That adds your constitution as well, doesn't it?
1.5 times my con modifier, but I put it in under the damage, so it was calculated.
Oh, you
so still 8 damage and 13 damage.
Yeah, you min-rolled on the first one.
Yep.
So these next set of attacks, you come in... Oh, actually, no, that second attack would hit because of the material that your axe is made out of.
Oh, no qual.
Oh, yeah, no qual.
So it just barely hits on the second attack for the first set. And both attacks, you bring your axe down in furious chops, trying to get through. And you're starting to tear right along that seam and can see light starting to peek through. And by this point, Theseus, you are conscious, whether you like it or not.
I'm floating away.
Damn it.
I mean, you were pushed towards where the door is supposed to be.
Yeah, okay, so I started here, and now I'm floating away.
And Resolve, you can try to regain your consciousness again as well.
I'm enjoying the quiet life of being a boat.
But boats need to have people on them.
Alright, so you regain consciousness as well, floating, on your back in a pool of increasingly rising and warming blood. And it is starting to get incredibly warm in here. Almost as if the blood itself is heating up.
Am I in a position where I can assist in doing things?
While swimming, yes. At this point, it's about at Bratu's waist.
Okay, my point is I've just regained consciousness. Can I start acting?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I've missed all the blood and the swampy heat. You'll notice that the Resolve appears to be drawing the heat from the air around him into himself as he gathers power. And then, where are we? There we go.
Melt this bitch.
Oh,
We're fucking going.
Oh.
He doesn't want to be in here.
You're not gonna like this.
God
Why
damn,
not?
why is it getting so warm in here?
What is 30 less than... So it's 156 minus 30, so 126. Then the hardness of 10. So...
You better not be robbing me of my first magma crit.
I'm trying to do the math, so it's 116 damage. Which is still more than enough to blast I'd say, head-sized hole, like Bratu's head-sized hole, through the heart.
Excellent.
Which, in turn, causes the beating to get more irregular. Whereas before it was the constant, steady beating, now it's quickening and missing and skipping and adding beats to try
Yeah, it's having a heart attack.
to accommodate for the pressure and the damage that's been done to it.
No, it's not having a heart attack. I am the heart attack.
I mean, you're inside it. I think both are accurate.
That is a heart attack.
Yeah.
Well, I will.
Where is the hole in the heart now?
Where the door should be.
All right. Theseus would like to start wading over in that direction then.
Okay.
I actually never moved my token, so I assume I'm like middle. Right.
No, you're like here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was floating away, so
You're
that's
not
why I'm
gonna-
so far back.
You're not gonna ranged attack the door with or the wall with your axe.
I mean, I figured I was just attacking pieces of just heart in general, even if that included floor. Like, eh.
How are
He
you?
was just kind of swinging wildly, apparently.
I don't know how you anticipated dealing any meaningful damage to the heart floor under all that blood, but you do you, I guess.
It's called. I only had about half an idea of my surroundings, so
But the blood
Alright.
is now rising faster than it was before.
yeah, I
I've
had
made
to
a
know
note.
that was gonna happen.
Wait, actually, could I try something real quick?
What do you want to try?
Can I try and disbelieve?
Sure.
Nah.
It's very real.
Theseus is going to draw upon his minimal medical knowledge once again. Pull out that wand of shocking grasp. And gonna jab it into the wound created in the wall and just start laying into it.
Give me a shocking grasp.
Does that touch hit? I mean, I would imagine it would. but
Yes, the touch hits.
He min-rolled the damage. Oh, it's just a 1d6. Oof.
Yeah.
You jam the wand in, and there's this little jolt of electricity. Interesting.
No. The
But
DM
heart-
said interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hearts don't like being defibbed if they aren't dead yet. That'll probably give it an arrhythmia, which could do God knows what in this situation.
Well, nothing has seemed to happen yet. Other than, the rising blood and such.
I would like to give it another shock every chance that I can.
I would like to continue putting holes in it every chance I can.
Okay.
I mean,
Why don't we get
I
another?
have an axe to slash.
Give me another set of attacks from everybody.
Well, I will gather power again, because we may as well use this environment to its advantage.
Really warm in here.
Right? I don't think
I
that
don't
hits.
remember
I mean, it would.
plus
Would
one
be-
to my attack or my damage from no fall.
It's to the attack. No, that hits.
Oh, okay, cool.
Even if that weren't against its or energy blasts are against touch, right?
That's a physical composite blast. That's against AC.
Oh, okay. Still, it hits.
And remember, I Furious Focus on the power attack that this is going to show. So I don't take the actual...
I mean, as long as you click
Penalty.
on, as long as you. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Alright, so the first attack is going to hit, but the second one isn't.
And the second one does still take the penalty.
Okay. And Theseus would like to shock, which
Zep. He max rolled the damage. Oh wait, no, it's 1d6. That's a mid range.
You
I thought it was 1d4 for
you
a
did it
moment.
twice.
Yep.
Now you're starting to carve the hole a little bit larger.
Seeing a bit of a damage discrepancy here.
I'm trying my best.
No, I mean, like, even when you factor in the other member of the party.
You didn't notice that way back when?
I am big.
Kineticists,
Damage, at least.
kineticists have one job, and that is damage. Theseus, give me a heal check.
On purpose this time?
Yeah. Yes. So now that you guys have started to chop and cut into it, you can see in the sinew and the muscle, there is one particular spot where you could jam your wand and it would probably have some manner of a devastating effect on this heart. Because that is one of those spots that is particularly susceptible to electricity.
Do the big zap.
Hey, look. That bit right there. That looks like that'd hurt. Stab.
So rather than rolling your wand, I want you to roll me 40d6.
Or 0d6. Fucking hell.
Excuse me? Can I get that number again?
40d6.
Goodbye, screen.
That actually doesn't take as much as this. It doesn't show all 40.
It does
just
not
doesn't.
show all 40.
Damn.
You
There's quite a few ones in there.
you
There was, yeah.
so you find that spot and you jam the wand in there. Unfortunately, the wand breaks in the process. But
That can't be good.
what happens is it unleashes all of that electrical power straight into the walls of the heart. And it doesn't continue beating and just stops. And that hole that was starting to form begins to sort of just rip itself open the rest of the way.
We did it. We ate the heart.
And you take a moment to gather yourselves. And then you start to feel like you're falling.
Why you like this to us?
Not you. Almost like you're in a container that's falling.
Well, I would like to lift off the ground regardless.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hover 10 feet off the ground.
I don't feel like I don't want to land. I have wings, and I will. I guess I'm gonna try to catch the captain.
Oh, poor
Because I want to protect
Theseus.
I will pick up
Can I-
Theseus to help.
I was gonna say,
I'm picking
can I
up
catch?
Theseus.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I catch them both? I don't think so.
This is my wizard. I must keep him safe.
I need a fly check from both of you at a -5 because you have a passenger.
Say again?
A fly check at a -5 because you have passengers.
Situational bonus -5.
Oh, well, this is gonna go fucking terribly.
Just
Dang
train,
it.
just train the skill, forehead.
Yeah, just trade the skill. What are you doing? The kineticist just trained the skill. Why haven't you?
Because I never expected to have wings.
No, Theseus, it wasn't you that needed to roll a fly check.
Yeah, I'm still up here.
It's
Now,
He's helping me. He's helping me.
now, I'm just gonna take 10 if I can here without massive.
think you can.
Skill check. I can't.
what is your take 10? Well, I was gonna say.
By the way, I want you to look at what I rolled. Look at what it ended up.
Yes, ACP. And that's without the -5 as well.
Yeah.
This is why
Oh,
you
no.
need to train this skill.
I wasn't supposed to have wings to begin with.
So, Bratu, as this feeling of falling continues, you're able to kind of keep up with the gaining velocity as you fall to or what would orient as your left. Bratu, on the other hand, as soon as it starts to gain speed, you smack into the top wall. And well, so does the captain in this case. I need you to make 3 consecutive reflex saves.
You hate me.
At least it's not will saves. You're in full
no,
control.
And the captain's unconscious, so he fails his automatically.
Even though I'm trying to like protect him, that's the whole reason I caught him.
Yeah.
You have fallen.
Okay.
And now you can't get up.
You're also wearing like heavy armor, so that's more detrimental in this case.
There's 2.
I need 3.
Well, shit.
So the first 2 are successes, so you'll take half damage.
You just casually take.
And,
So the captain's dead.
and you'll take the full damage on this one. So you take 19, 15, and 26. The captain takes full damage, and
Captain is dead.
he's not dead, but he is most definitely going to be unconscious for a while.
Can the captain even be dead?
That's a dangerous
You really
question.
want to fucking question that?
If there was a save
I-
button, we could find out. But
So,
I am at I went from max health to 30 health.
as this heart continues to topple and you feel this feeling, Bratu, you get tossed around along with it. You get hit on one wall, then splash forcibly into the water, or into the blood, and then back up against one of the walls until finally you all hear this large echoing thud as it settles. And the hole that you guys have just cut rips the rest of the way open, and the blood starts pouring out down into what looks like that same hallway you came in.
yes. I will gently settle Theseus back on the ground.
Immediately doing a heal check on the captain.
He is captain.
Heal check, you say?
I said I was going to do a heal check, yes. Which... both to figure out his condition and hopefully treat him if I can do well enough. I'll look at 10.
Well, he's not dead.
Hooray!
That's about all you've got.
Okay, you know what? That's good news. Oh god, I don't have the fucking... What do I got?
Theseus, to the rescue.
Your wand's still viable?
Hell yeah.
For reference, he is... How much is he at? Since he failed all 3, he takes 95 points of damage. He's 30 points into unconsciousness.
Man, I'm glad I've got so many charges left on this thing.
So as you go to heal him with the wand, you find the healing effects are not as profound on him as they would be on any other creature. He's healed for half as much.
I will... and I assume it's safe to assume that if the wand had minimal effect, the potion would also be minimal.
I mean, that wasn't minimal, but
I'm trying to use non out of character terms.
I'd say that's a safe assumption.
Fucking lovely. Is he stable? Or do I need to stabilize him?
He's stable.
Friends, I have returned.
Cool, Captain's stable, but healing is having not good. It's not hurting him, but it's not
It's having
doing its job
not
either.
good.
Want me to keep poking him with the stick?
Sorry, hang on.
Big dwarf.
Very big, I'm sorry.
Like, huge dwarf.
So I was just doing some, fine tuning on my token. Yeah.
Okay. Bro 2 is gonna ask, how much more can you use that?
Got about half of the charges left. Give him another poke.
He heals for 4.
Should I hit apply half or just leave you to do it?
I haven't even adjusted his hit points yet, so I'm keeping track.
Alright then.
Lovely.
Oop.
That's 2 more.
I just imagine this, wizened man standing over a fallen captain, just poking them with a stick, get up.
Okay.
That is exactly the caliber of medical attention that I can give this man. Give him a light slap across the face. You all right, Nat?
He's still out.
Yes.
Another 2 HP.
I
Get
am
up.
going to
Get up!
Well, after that poke, I am going to try and, I guess, use a potion of Cure Moderate to pray it fucking does something significant. With my rolls, it won't, but I can
I
try.
have harmed myself now.
Go ahead.
So that's 2d8.
Just roll the item.
Use item. Okay.
That's another 7 HP.
Why is he only getting half?
Yeah, that's kind of a concern.
That's the question, isn't it?
Well, that's something. Back to stick.
You know what isn't a question, though?
Wait, hang on, Wait, hold up a second.
Another 2.
Hold up.
Get up!
10.
I have question.
12. 19. What's your question?
Does this... I've never properly looked at the captain. We've just kind of been going along with him being the captain.
Okay.
That's his race, captain.
Human.
Is he human?
He appears to be human, yes.
We have
Okay.
asked that before.
No.
You
The
know what
extended
humans
question.
like?
The extended question, which is entirely out of character, is this man not a damn
No.
That's the only thing that I could think of why he'd be getting half.
23. You're at
Because
20.
if he was a damn then I could just poke him with a stick and it'd be fine. But
Get up, you lazy corpse.
24.
Come on.
26.
Come on.
this man
You
isn't.
meant to use that.
This man isn't undead
No.
in any particular fashion. Then
I did not mean to use that one.
I mean, he doesn't present as undead.
Yeah.
More than 2 healing. Holy crap.
27.
Saying that really makes me want to try things, but it's probably not the best idea.
Holy goddamn it! Get up.
29.
Do you have another charge left?
Get up.
So he's out of the sub-zero range, but he is still unconscious.
I swear to God, man.
Oh, you didn't have to do it again.
I can't quick save and try something, which makes me sad.
30.
I really want to try something.
What do you want to
Okay.
try?
I want to jab him with the staff of harming to inflict.
Do
I swear to God.
Do not.
Do it.
It is.
It'll be funny, I swear.
It'll be fun, yes. Also, this staff of harming doesn't tell me how many charges it has.
All staves have 10.
Cool.
And you can only recharge them with spell slots.
I can't just put raw elemental energy into it.
No.
Weak.
Okay, but with Theseus, before you do anything again, does he look
Oh, that's dope.
so he's stable, and now it seems as if he is in better condition, but just unconscious.
Yeah, his visible damage is all that's left. Any internal bleeding has probably stopped at this point.
Can I do a heal check? I can't think of anything else to try and help wake him up in a way, that is without hurting him or anything like that.
Sure.
I just worked out how to add spells to my stuff, and I'm happy.
He is
I'm fucking
unconscious.
Okay, get up. He's going over my shoulder.
And like a sack of potatoes over your shoulder he goes.
Legitimately, add his weight and his gear to my weight if you can, or I'll add it. 'Cause I want to know if I'm even in medium encumbrance from
He weighs a total of 23 plus 125. So 148 pounds.
I
Hey,
think
maybe
I'm
that
in the medium.
undead church above us can help.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I'm carrying that plus, and you said it was total how much?
148.
Yeah, I thought I knew how to add things.
Oh, okay. I'm just into a medium load, but I'm not even halfway through it. I'm good.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
can you throw a wand or just a random wand into my inventory? I'm going to delete it afterwards. Just want to see how it's fast.
I mean, you could have done the same thing. But fine.
Well, this way at least you know about it, and ablative sphere. Nice.
So now you have the captain over your shoulder.
Yeah, and axe is away with hammer in the hand as he's just gonna walk out the fucking room. He doesn't want to be in this fucking room anymore.
Sure. Is anyone?
He's gonna just get into the hallway and stop, but he's just getting out of the fucking room.
DM has the hiccup.
I assume resolve you're going to.
Yes, I am. Sorry, I'm just trying to work this thing out.
So
I
you
need my...
step out into the hallway where the blood is there is enough of it that it is continuing to flow down the hall. And the halls are no longer made of stone. They are also made of flesh.
What if we didn't, though?
I would like to roll to disbelieve again.
Sure.
I would like to assist.
You can
You
also
assist me.
you can also roll to disbelieve.
You know what? Yeah, I assume that's a will save.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready for the most thrilling part of this. It is very real.
I hate you so much. I said this one doesn't appear to have a spell attached to it.
Wait, so resolve also it is very real.
Well,
Yes.
the resolve can tell you it is real.
That is literally how Brachu just reacts to all of this. Just a very long, tired sigh.
Well,
Shocking grasp. Okay.
no better place to attack the enemy than from the inside.
Or
Theseus is gonna take out his consecrated dagger and just start dragging it along the walls.
why? Why? Do
Give
we
me
have to
a
do this?
strength
Can we?
check.
This wand also appears to not have. What is going on? Oh, unless it's in combat?
Should be
Yeah.
under details.
Yeah.
You're scraping it along the wall. Sure.
But
No, this-
Brachu is
Take
going
that.
to speak and be like,
Oh,
after all
okay.
that, should we maybe get out of here and maybe find a place to kind of lick our wounds and
Yeah,
gather
you got it.
ourselves again?
That sounds like a good idea to me. Assuming that exits exist.
Well, the door came back.
Is that what you call that?
Reluctantly.
You should probably move the captain along with us.
That's I need
He's over the shoulder. He's fine. I know where he is.
I need my captain-shaped sack of potatoes. Oh no, and no, all along the captain is still on the ship. We have just been carrying a sack of potatoes with his likeness on it, and we just believe it's the captain.
So
There have been potatoes the whole time.
you guys continue down the hallway. I assume you're just beelining the path you know towards the exit.
Is the resolve coming with us?
No, I have decided that I live down here now.
I really don't
The
think
heart
Are you stop? Are you moving straight towards the exit along the path that you're aware of?
I mean, we got no other way to go up, specifically from this hallway, so I figured we'd just go to the hallway, to the room that we know about that joins to this hallway. But we
Yeah.
initially found the vampire.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's only one hallway that we know of.
Uh-oh. Stop moving your
Why
tokens.
am I in the wall?
Because I was... Okay. Now
We could have
stop.
done this ourselves.
That's a lot of squares to move one square at a time. So,
Didn't have to do it one square at a time.
anyway.
What happened to the wizard?
Stop
Oh, there he
moving
is.
your token, please.
Okay.
I moved you for a reason.
Okay.
So, you guys travel along this fleshy hallway that almost reminds you of a vein, and move into the room that you are aware of, the one where you fought the vampire previously. But looking at it, and the coloration of the walls, which themselves have also turned into some sort of a muscly flesh.
Turned into what?
A muscly flesh. I don't know why it's having problems understanding me. Microphone.
You just keep dropping. Mostly, I'm just putting together what you're saying through context clues. That seems to be working so far.
That's why I was meaning the microphone. It's obviously being stupid. So you move to this room that has this kind of pale off-white, muscly flesh as its structure. almost reminding you of the inside of, well, almost reminding you of the outside of a liver.
Outside of.
A liver.
Feels like we're in something. We have been shrunked.
Ugh.
Well, that's my running theory at the moment.
Not a fan of this theory that I agree with.
Hey, wait. Pet wizard, tell me what your wizard eyes see.
Pet wizard approach.
So you're going to detect magic?
Yes.
Okay, so the auras that you see on... I have to scroll down. The auras that you see on the resolve are several transmutations, an abjuration, and a conjuration aura. All of which are easily attributable to the various magical items on his person.
To the
various
I'm assuming
magical
the-
items on his person.
Yeah.
Mm.
One of those is necromancy as well, because of the stick.
Also, 30 seconds. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay.
Going over here with no one to stop him.
Okay. So, the only auras that are on him are the ones you expect to see.
Okay.
Is that true of me and the captain as well?
Yes.
Well,
I don't think it's
Ratu
that idea.
Well, Ratu would still bring up, like, well, in case we somehow find out we are shrunk, I do have a couple of enlarged person potions we can pop just in case, but I don't know what good it'll do if we don't know for sure.
I could cast enlarge person on the building itself. Perhaps rupture the whole countryside.
Oh,
I'm not sure how
I'm
that
not a
would help,
magic-
but
I'm not a magic user, but isn't this the spell called enlarge person?
I mean, it's got a heart, it's got a liver.
It's true.
Oh.
So do animals and undead, technically.
Not that I'm aware of.
But regardless, other than this room looking like a liver for whatever reason, is there anything else about the room that's odd?
Do you want to make a perception check?
Yeah, including over where, I guess, I don't think this was the room with the trap doorway. I don't remember which one was what. Might have been this one. Whatever, I'll just make a perception check.
Anyone else who wants to make one can as well?
I like making perception checks. They make me feel less useless. Because I get to do that.
I will percept.
I will perceive. So, all of you kind of take a moment to look around, and there's nothing about this room that seems odd. What is odd is coming from the next room, you hear what can best be described as frantic prayer in, Necril, if any of you speak it, but I don't think anyone does.
No.
Someone slap the captain so he can translate it.
I tried.
I'm going to gently shake him on my shoulder to see if it'll wake him up.
He is out.
God damn it.
Wait, I know that we've been down this way before. Why can't I see the room above me?
Because the map got changed.
Oh, okay.
You would also only be able to see the grayed out room anyway.
Yeah. Well, frantic, you say?
Yes.
And this is coming from which direction?
That direction.
Okay. I'm gonna tremor sense.
I don't think I need
wait.
a tremor sense if that
I'm
door's
going
open.
to tremor sense here because this will tell me
You
two things.
also should not be moving while things are happening.
Oh, I did not know things were happening. Okay.
That's the resolve is doing things, so you shouldn't be moving in the middle of that.
Fair enough.
5. Oh, let me just use this to make a line.
This will tell me if I can tremor sense in here.
Well, you can tremor sense.
So this is why I think things are illusions.
I'm bending the rules a little bit. You nat 20'd the will save. If there was an illusion, you beat it.
I guess.
You cannot tremor sense anything within range.
Within range is I like that phrase.
You can hear that there's something in there. You just can't feel any presences.
Oh, can I discern different voices of I'm trying to get a number basically of how many people are in that room.
You can
beings.
only hear the one speaking. Okay. But when you listen closely, you can also hear stone kind of clattering to the ground every so often. Well, wrong description. Less clattering, more squishing against the fleshy floor of the next room.
Okay, I have a question about this stone. I just quickly gotta check a feature real quick.
Well, stone is falling.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to see if I could do anything with it, but I can't. Alright, well, I got nothing. I will, however, seeing that Bratu looks quite poorly, I will give him my potion of cure moderate wounds from my backpack. Oh, sorry, from my haversack, rather. So I will move that to the caravan so you can take it from the caravan. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Open caravan.
Yep.
Inventory. Boop.
I'm just gonna immediately just click use on it.
Yeah, enjoy your 17 hit points.
I will at 30 health. I am now above half.
And then once it's done that, I'm going to push him into the room.
Well, before you push me into the room, nah, actually. You know what? How big's the doorway?
About 10 feet wide?
Well, the wall is most of that. The doorway itself is 4 feet wide and about 6.5 tall.
Oh. Okay, no, don't do my idea. I already have to duck. I'm not even gonna fucking fit through with my idea.
He was going to be large.
I was gonna have someone hold the captain, grow large, and then someone put the captain in strap the captain to the now enlarged dragon, but I gotta get through the door in the first place. But I should be about there. Do I actually see stuff?
You do see the large ogre-shaped skeleton and the robed figure behind it, yes.
And I just look to the party and go, okay, so we have a giant skeleton in the other room. And looks like more either cultists or just plain undead. Likely.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Do we want to try to draw them to us? Try to get them through this doorway that's smaller, or do we want to go in and take them on?
I think we take pot shots at the ogre skeleton, get it to come over to the doorway, and then we take advantage of the bottleneck. And if we kill it before it gets over here, even better.
Well,
How does the Resolve feel about those ideas?
he doesn't really know. He's just kind of vibing. Like, the whole situation's a bit shitty.
No, then going to gently put down the captain right next to me.
Captain, you're a bad captain.
But he is being sat down there,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's going to take out. I'm going to take out my bow
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can't try to get a surprise shot on these people. If Resolve also wants to put himself at a good angle to do that, we can all try to unleash something on them from here.
Well, I need to see what I can see first. Yeah, I can see. Look at me go.
Why is Theseus standing on the captain?
Theseus
His
can't
body
see
shield.
shit from where he's standing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because
then Theseus can move there, and I'll put the captain behind me. But I'm just trying.
No.
to
He can't. He can't see anything from that spot where the captain would be.
I am.
Okay.
The resolve will alter your plan just a little bit.
Yes, because you can see what appears to be someone dressed. You can start to see it's the hunched over figure of what appears to be a court jester, though coming from the neckline of his outfit and from beneath his mask is blood oozing out and down. And that is the person speaking in Necril. You're just barely able to see him from where you're standing.
Oh, I wish that we could understand what they were saying, but want to blast things.
I mean, we.
Oh, hang on. Can I infer a general like kind of what am I trying to say? From the way that he's trying to do whatever he's doing, like the inclination of his voice and stuff like that. Can I sense motive to see, like, if he would be hostile to us or anything like that?
Sure, you
Or is
can.
that a little outside the purview of that skill?
You would need to you need to make a linguistics check to try to understand what he's saying first.
Do that first, then. It's 17.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, yeah. I really want to be Danny DeVito right here, but I will go off the party consensus rather than my own desires.
Well, I think that's that we are going to start blasting, but it's just if you have a different target in mind.
No, I have a better way of starting blasting. kind of like my whole deal. So you said I couldn't feel anything within 30 feet, yeah?
From where you were, correct.
And they are distracted,
He is very visibly distracted, yes.
as are the others that I can see.
The skeleton is undead, or is unintelligent, so it's just kind of staring blankly. The creature behind it appears distracted as well.
Okay. In which case, I would like to gather power for 9 seconds.
Are you going to try to make that a quieter process, or are you just going to accept
I
that?
don't think I can suppress it.
Well, it's not. I would allow you a stealth check.
I mean, I will try that if that is something I can do.
I would
It's not going to be
allow it.
great, but
I mean, yeah.
it is by nature a loud process.
That's exactly why I asked. So you're doing what, the full gather power?
Yeah, a round and a half, basically.
Okay. You seem to be just quiet enough that this creature's oblations are much louder than you.
Right.
So if they notice, they're paying very little attention to it.
What's the
No, I know I have a bow ready to fire, and I'm gonna use one of my silver arrows. But actually no, I would use normal arrow because I don't think silver's gonna help against a skeleton. But what is Theseus doing, or prepping, or what have you?
He's probably going for one of those scorching rays.
Theseus is indeed going to go for Scorching Ray.
Okay.
So just quickly, the figure in the back, does he look like anything other than just one of the standard undead that we've seen before?
This one back here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks almost identical to the ones you saw in the graveyard.
Okay. In which case, I need to draw a line just real quick, because this will define just how if I'm taking extra burn or not. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm just gonna delete that real quick. Hello?
I delete.
Yes, please. Oh wait, no, I have infusion specialist.
I just want to measure distance. Oh yeah, I got
Your
it.
bow can...
Your bow's fine. I just need to remember which one's form and which one's substance. Okay, so an empowered magma blast is 3 points of burn, reduced by 3 because of gather infusion. I can either add a bowling infusion, which is form. Is bowling infusion form?
I believe so. Let me...
No, substance. It's substance.
That seems weird.
And extended range is not here. What have you done to me? Oh, there it is. And it's form. Okay, so I take 1 point of burn to deliver a empowered bowling extended range magma blast
Okay.
against the ogre.
And Bratu, you're just going to fire a normal arrow?
Actually, given who I'll be honest with what we've seen the resolve do. Whoever he targets, I should know better than to target, because
If I take another 8 points of non-lethal
it's
damage,
the resolve. He will likely just fucking murder it.
which increases my 6.
So I will actually target the person praying.
That's not the person praying. They're watching the whole process. But they're the only other person you can see, so...
Yeah. I mean, and it looks like they're summoning or somehow in control of this ogre skeleton that I can see. Like, it's not attacking them, it's not...
You wouldn't have the ability to infer that.
Okay.
It's not attacking them, so they're on the same side as it. But there's no way to infer that it's their controller, or that they're its controller.
Oh no, that's fine. All I need to know is if if it seemed hostile to them or not. And if not, then I'll just attack the person in the back with the longbow.
Sure.
By a large blast down.
Yeah, fire both attacks, and Theseus, fire your scorching ray at whomstever you're targeting.
I am going to target the large boy.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh, that's not a good.
what a waste of a burn point.
Can I do a Do I do a single attack or a full round of
Whichever
attacks?
one you're doing.
I think it would be full rounds. Oh no, it'd be a single attack anyways. It's dirt to dirt.
Oh, why would it be single? You can do multi-attack with a bow.
Can I?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Yeah, you only need rapid reload if you're running a crossbow.
eh,
oh boy. Just
well, I don't know how to fucking.
just roll
fuck
another
that up.
roll another single attack, and I'll
Roll another single attack with a -5.
Oh, -5.
It misses
Well,
anyway.
So
that doesn't matter.
you spend 9 seconds kind of gathering yourselves, and resolve you unleash this ball of magma straight towards the ogre, but you completely undershoot and go right underneath its legs, or right between its legs, slamming into the wall behind it, which draws the attention of the figure behind it as the arrow hits it for... actually, it has no effect because this creature is resistant to piercing damage due to its undead nature. And the scorching ray slams into the ogre, causing it to kind of take a half step back. And there's a moment where that prayer stops and the room is dead silent until you hear these arcane mutterings from the next room. Resolve, you watch the one figure, the jester-looking figure, vanish and reappear behind you, standing in front of a now partially petrified, angelic-looking figure. Her ebony wings are flexing and beating to try and bat off the stone that's still falling off of her figure. Her robes are tattered with blood and wine and gods know what else. In one hand, she's holding a scythe that looks like it's made out of the flesh and bones of hundreds, if not more, people. Her other hand is holding a familiar-looking figure by his hair and dragging him along the ground. His blinded face and deafened other features almost trying to writhe to understand what's happening. And her visage strikes all three of you at the same time as her eyes kind of drag across you, this crazed bloodlust instilling a fear. And I need a will save from all three of you.
You hate me. The game hates me because that should have, murdered somebody. It's the first time I've gotten to use everything. Like, nah, I get.
Oh no.
Lovely. I hope it has an effect for more than one round.
Theseus, in the face of this, you find yourself starting to falter, the fear sinking in until you realize you've seen worse. You've seen what could only be described as hell, an extraplanar space ruled by a tyrant. And using that, you kind of push through the fear, while Resolve and Bratu, her bloodthirsty eyes lock onto both of you, and you feel yourselves cowering
What was the point of having spell resistance if it's not going to do anything for
because
me?
this is not a
I
spell effect.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general.
You're
well,
both
I actually have a
shaken.
I have a question about self-reliant, one of my Ronin abilities. I typed it in, so
What does
just
it
in
do?
case I'm misreading it, but whenever I fail a will saving throw against an effect with a duration greater than 1 round, I can attempt another saving throw, with the effect being the same as if I had made the original save.
That's at
Now,
the end of your. It's at the. Oh no! Yeah, you can roll again.
okay. I know what I typed in, but I don't know the full. I don't know if I missed
Okay.
something or anything. Okay.
Unless it has more text, I'm pretty sure it's just. I'll double check.
Have I taken 10 damage?
No, you are shaken for 10 rounds.
Okay.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I still didn't even beat a resolve roll, so that doesn't matter.
So we'll go Paizo Samurai Order, Ronin.
It has a thing about stabilization.
Yeah, that's irrelevant here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you are both shaken for 10 rounds. As standing before you now is the uncovered visage of the pallid angel you saw outside. And standing in front of her is this rather unassuming jester-looking figure who has some sort of a confidence to him that you only really expect from priests and leaders of a faith. The pallid angel drops the human who she's holding by his hair, causing his head to kind of thud against the fleshy ground.
Fleshy ground.
You did not tell me you were bringing playthings to this meeting. They look delicious.
Well, I would blow up an ogre and she could eat that, but no.
The priestly figure next to her looks between you all and the pallid angel. He does this a couple of times. You can see his head kind of turning. Yes, for you. Yes, we brought them here. We had them complete the ritual so you could find them. Same. You guys just gonna stand there? Anyone gonna say anything?
Well, I'm shaken and also incredibly not happy. So
I was about to say, can we do anything? I actually have no idea what shaken entails.
Shaken is just you are afraid, so you take a penalty to checks and you take a penalty to pretty much everything. But you can still act.
Well, based on... Oh god, I can't think of anything to say that would put us in a better situation here. Like, is there... Oh god, guys, do we even have any options here?
Theseus.
Yes.
As you're observing things, you feel very deep down inside of yourself something tugging at your soul. Just very gently. Not like it's trying to take it, but like it's trying to guide you. And
I have a horrible, horrible suspicion who that might be. And I am going to allow it to guide me.
You are. So you're going to give in to the guidance?
I am going to give in to the guidance.
Theseus.
I don't think we should have a pet wizard.
What does your instinct tell you want to do right now?
Oh. Well, there are two things I'd really like to do right now. First thing would be step forward and mouth off to the angel.
Okay.
And second thing would be to cast a scorching ray at her.
Okay.
Probably to no effect, but just to like spit in her face before we're all killed.
So, you feel this guidance pull you forward, and you take a step without realizing it. What do you want to say to the angel?
Well, I want to say, bitch, you're no king in yellow. You're more
Oh,
just a
Jesus.
scarlet strumpet.
This can only end well.
That's very clear and concise.
Hey
And
man, maybe you two can run while she's ripping me to shreds.
you reach your hand up, bringing your wand with you to cast your scorching ray. I want you to roll me 3 attack rolls, 3 of your 3 ranged attacks.
Okay. There they are.
These are each going against her touch AC. So 2 of them are going to hit and 1 of them is going to miss. I want you to roll me 2 instances of 15d6.
Alright.
As you bring your wand up to cast your scorching ray, and instead you feel the fury of hell itself channel through you and unleash 2 bolts of pure brimstone and hellfire right towards her. And in that moment, as you do, this legendary power that you've drawn upon, whatever the source, whether it be the King in Yellow or something else, Bratu and Resolve, your shaken effects immediately end, as do your fatigues.
Hey, I can hit things better now.
And you watch as Theseus brings his wand up. There's behind him this visage of an imposing, horrifying creature that brings its hand out along with him, its clawed finger aimed right at the Pallid Angel, and these blasts of hellfire originating from the wand seem to be empowered by it. What might normally have just been impacts of fire and brimstone instead have more real physical power. She's knocked back 5 feet, then again into the wall, and you watch as the flesh tightens and cracks around her as she suffers the 99 points of damage. I'll do the math in a second. And the jester looks on in fear, and without even hesitating, he teleports,
Yeah, you better run.
leaving the Pallid Angel alone with you all.
Baratu just kind of look right, just kind of lean down to Resolve and go, I now have more questions for him than the angel standing in front of us.
And as she goes to pull herself free, resolve, you feel the elements whisper to you. This deep connection you have with the earth itself.
Oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
You feel this connection to the earth and the fire inside of you. The magma boiling up. How do you unleash it?
I mean, how similar does this feel to when I let loose the empowered surges that I'm very fond of?
There's a certain release that comes with the empowered surges, the connection you have to the elements being unleashed into primal form. This is similar. The power that comes before, almost making your fingers and body shake. And you can feel the flames licking at your fingers even before you've decided what to do.
And this is something that I feel definitely from the elements, right?
Yes, this is coming definitely from the elements.
Then I would like to make sure that this next one doesn't miss and see if I can make the magma rise up out of the floor in like a wall of lava underneath her.
Okay. Roll. Whoa, how much does the max kineticist blast do?
Max.
What is the maximum dice you have on a kineticist blast?
Well, that would be. Let me just quickly do a quick math thing. I should be able to have it for you real quick.
Let me see if I can pull up the class because I can.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I didn't want to see the.
A composite kineticist blast does 2d6 plus. Yeah, 2d6 plus half con, increasing by 2d6 for every 2 levels beyond first. So that's a total of
20d6.
What? You sure it's 20?
If it's for every two.
Beyond first, it should be 18. I think.
2d6. Yeah, that sounds right. Cause
yeah, so it'll be 18d6 plus half con.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's big.
Yep.
And if it's empowered, it adds a half again, but that's up to you.
Yeah, you'll roll 27d6.
We should 27 d6 plus. What's my con at the moment?
Like 8.
So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 26. So 24, 28, 32.
You don't scale with your constitution every level.
It's per.
No, it increases by a flat 2d6.
Alright, so I'm thinking of the composite stuff. My bad.
The physical composites.
So the physical stuff, yeah.
They have a different scaling altogether anyway. So 18.
With this benefit from my overload and my
just
fury.
You'll just do the 27d6 plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
That 4 feels extraneous at this point, but.
Oh yes. Oops. I always forget I have to put the roll first.
It's not a calculator.
Okay. And since you said this is going to be in the shape of a wall, she's going to probably fail, but she gets an attempt. Yeah. So she fails, suffering another 85 points, half of which is fire, half of which is piercing.
Which is, piercing.
And as you unleash this primal fury, you watch as the walls of this liver-like structure rupture and begin to burn along with the shape. And it lasts for a moment before fading, leaving her just barely standing. And then Bratu, despite the devil, that you feel a powerful connection to, that's not where this new feeling comes from. You feel it from all the dragons that came before you. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. All of them. As if they were merging into one right on top of you, right inside. And all of the good you want to do. How do you unleash that draconic heritage?
I guess I can't take a step forward, can I?
Sure, you can.
And taking a step forward, and actually, I would try to move there if
That's fine.
available,
Yeah,
just-
it's don't worry about that part.
And I would feeling that I would channel the breath weapon, the most iconic thing about a dragon, their breath.
And you feel the force build inside of you, your lungs practically freezing as you inhale. And I want you to roll 24d8.
I think you're having fun with this.
Maybe.
Of course, this could all be worthless because it's cold damage. At least
24d8. And as she's pinned against the wall and burning, you decide to be the good guy, to put her out of her misery. You inhale, channel all of that ancient power that you feel build inside of you, and exhale, a 70-foot wall of ice blasting out in front of you, obliterating not only the structure in front of you, but her, turning her to ice and then to diamond dust and nothing more.
Hold up.
And as the dust settles, as the shards that are left of her scatter to the ground, and the shards of the wall do the same, that those powers slowly start to fade, that connection starts to dwindle, but you all feel this little tug somewhere deep inside of you. And quiet settles.
Was interesting.
I'm gonna have a
Interesting
question
indeed.
Yeah.
out of character.
Not.
After that, I'm gonna have a question for you after the session, Gary.
Yeah, sure. But
Oh,
Brought to would just kind of.
I'm just gonna quickly. Where are we? I inflict a stomp on myself.
Brought to would just kind of turn around and check on the captain. Because even amongst all that, he heard Theseus say something.
Yeah, that's also a fair point.
Yeah, Theseus said something that directly involves our captain, so check in on him.
the captain's unconscious, but fine.
Speaking of which,
If I open his
Theseus
eyes,
is-
they're not yellow.
No, he is just completely unconscious.
Better than expected.
He looks like he might be having some sort of a dream, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Knowing him, it's probably a nightmare. But I guess Ratu will just try to gently shake him awake again after that. Although, it's just kind of clear on his face, at least I guess clear to the resolve. Good luck reading dragon features if you're not used to them.
Yeah.
But he looks kind of just his mind's definitely on other things now, and not so much on the immediate situation. After that,
Sure.
Theseus does have a request to make. He's going to turn to the resolve and say, my good dwarf, I believe I saw you pick up a book, a certain book, back in the cannibal's cabin. I was wondering if I might borrow it. Under the circumstances of what just happened, I feel like educating myself might be prudent.
Ta-da.
Da-da-da.
I'm just curious, I suppose. If that seems like a bad sign to you, don't give it to me.
Well, yeah.
Same.
Fair enough.
Well, if you like, here.
I think I can change this now.
He's not gonna like flat out deny you. That would be a bit rude.
I'm hoping to find out, perhaps see what it feels like, or like what the signs are when the gentleman in Canary has turned his attentions upon you.
Gentleman in Canary, I like that.
I don't know enough about the book, but I would say that we'll probably just move away from the captain, beckoning Theseus to follow, and I will do what I did with the potion. So, if you open the caravan, you should find the book in there. You can drag that into your own inventory.
All right.
Also, you are all fully healed.
Oh, okay. Does that include non-lethal?
No, you're non-lethal. Well, your non-lethal's from your burn. It can't be healed until you recover your burn.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
And Bratu, your strength damage is healed as well, and all of your ability damage is healed. Wow, you have a lot of ability damage.
Yeah,
Your obscene amount of ability damage.
I was about to say, I sent that to David last time when I took the 7 strength, which, and I was just like, yeah, hey, look at this, plus the fatigue. My stats got fucked at this island. Royally. Okay, but hey, look, I'm finally rid of the damage from filth fever. Not long enough.
So begins a potentially horrible chapter for Theseus.
Mm.
Wait, doesn't that mean if I'm getting fully healed at the same time, my ability score damage gets healed? Does that mean I go to my proper max health
when you heal
I mean,
your
it will adjust automatically anyway. So yes.
heal your ability damage first, but yes.
I did. Okay,
When
not just.
when I say you're fully healed, I mean you're fully healed.
Well, yeah, I
Imagine
know.
having ability damage. Oh,
In fact, you feel better than you've ever felt.
Did you drag the copy of the King in Yellow?
I did.
It's still showing up inside the caravan.
He may have accidentally copied it instead.
Possible, yeah. I'll take another copy. There you go.
Now I have all of them. Still there. How weird. I mean, if it's definitely in your inventory, I'll just delete it. So.
I'll keep taking copies.
No, stop. You only need one.
All right, I will delete it if you've already got it. So.
Yes, he's already got it.
The king wishes it.
Hello, cat.
Theseus just takes the book out of Resolve's hands, and it just no clips out, and there's two.
And that happens about 12 more times.
Just many, many copies.
This couldn't possibly end poorly.
He found the infinite duplication glitch.
The worst possible time.
So, you guys are left alone in the quiet of what is now a rapidly decaying flesh room.
Hey, yeah, maybe we should leave. The place is starting to smell.
Let's put it lightly, yeah. Is there a point that you're looking around, or is it like the barrow is crumbling?
The roof is starting to crumble.
Yeah, so
But
we
it-
should probably leave then.
I was also going to add that it almost seems like there's nothing above the roof. It's a bit disturbing.
Oh, that's great.
What can I see out through the bits in the roof?
The sky.
No.
Like
That's
this is
very concerning.
awkward.
like normal sky, or
Like the
is
normal.
there like a black sun up there?
The normal sky. So you
Okay.
guys are going to run and scurry your way out.
I think that's probably
Stressed
for the
little
best,
rats
yeah.
we are.
So you run back the way you came, up past where the chapel should be. And instead of there being a chapel, there is a gargantuan corpse. The size of which is almost unfathomable. And
Rend the countryside!
it is rapidly rotting and decaying and falling apart.
What the absolute hell?
And I will activate this scene, which I didn't update in accordance with this, but you guys are imaginative. And you run to, you run out and up through the riverbed, watching as the massive corpse decays and rots back into grass and dirt.
Hmm.
And
Oh.
Is that like? I don't suppose that we can get any kind of idea on how this happened.
Theseus could make an Arcana check.
Oh, just watching that thing is making me queasy.
Watching one thing.
I'm trying to figure out how to open up my character sheet again.
Just click on player characters and yeah, there's a little tab that says player characters, and you can just double click on your token from there.
Yep.
Okay.
Hello, Dum Dum.
Hello.
I was talking to my cat, but I appreciate that you got the message as well. The best you can gather that as to what just happened is you inadvertently completed some sort of a ritual. Something that has had years of preparation put into it, and you just kind of accidentally finished it.
Oh, damn.
And in doing
we ruined it too.
And in doing so, bound yourself to whatever the consequences and ramifications may be.
Oh dear.
Awesome.
But it's pretty easy to gather that the creature that has now decayed into dirt, dust, and other debris was being resurrected. And the Pallid Angel was probably its life force. And in destroying her so totally and completely, the ritual failed the rest of the way.
Get stuffed. Back in the ground with you. I shout at the suddenly appearing humanoid-shaped hill of dirt.
That is disappearing and decaying and meshing back.
That's the one.
Yeah, because all of the space that it was taking up is now filling back in because there is no longer a structure there to support it.
Get bent.
Get bent.
Alright.
And as the cat screams her head off because she's a butthead, as the creature finishes decaying, you watch about where its heart was. This little ball of black energy rises up to about the height that the obelisk was. And you also notice that that obelisk is now destroyed. Everything about it is where there was onyx before, there is now shards of pale, decrepit glass. Any value that onyx had is gone. And now hovering at about the height where the onyx tower ended, there is now this ominous black sphere just hovering there. And you all feel this just very faint tug somewhere deep inside of you towards it. It's not pulling you, but you feel drawn to it.
Hmm. Can I blast the orb?
Do you want to?
I mean, I don't know how to feel about this thing, to be honest.
Theseus, with all the tact of an old man, is going to flip off the orb.
Okay.
And then turn to his companions. We go back to the ship now. I'd like a bath.
I don't think there's a bath on the ship.
There's ocean around the ship, though.
Fair.
What? So this orb is just kind of hanging around.
Yeah.
Is it radiating anything?
No, it's about 2 feet in diameter, and it's just hovering there.
Is it solid, or is it like just a ball of energy?
From this distance, it's hard to tell.
If you're so curious, I could go over and touch it.
Well, the resolve is going to inch gently towards it until he can tell.
You would have to get pretty close.
Craftsman, why you like this to me?
It's to better describe the color. It is Vanta black. That is how black it is.
That black that one guy can't.
The one that
About.
the one that only Anish Kapoor can have. Yes.
No, it can't have.
Yeah.
Anish
Black
Kapoor is not allowed to
2.0.
know anything about
That's
black.
no. That's Black 2.0.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
So actually, no. Actually, thank you for bringing that up. Yes, this would be closer to Black 2.0, which means Anish Kapoor cannot and no one can knowingly purchase this for him. Anyway, you do feel that connection. You could try to exploit that if you wanted to. Otherwise, you'd have to get really close to try to get any sort of detail.
Throw a rock at it.
Wait, so I can still feel that like primordial connection to the elements that I experienced before.
No, this is different. This is a connection to that sphere.
Oh. Oh, hey, well, we've already, accidentally completed a ritual. May as well just go the whole hog. Pull on the connection mentally, I guess.
Give me. So you're going
Roll
to
save.
you're going to make a control check, which is a d20 plus your level plus your int.
So, D20 plus 11.
You find yourself unable to handle the sheer power coming from it, but as you try to control it, you watch as it slowly begins to shift towards you, moves about 10 feet and then stops.
Out of character, I have an idea of what this might be, but I don't want to say it.
You wouldn't know what it is in character anyway.
No, so it's just an out of character, I might, though. Can I just keep trying?
You could try again if you want to, sure.
Hey!
This time you reach out and you feel that tug, and you follow it right to the center of that sphere and find you can control it. You can make it move in any direction that you would like it to.
I would like to bring it nearby us so we can get a better look.
So it moves another 10 feet, this time in a slightly different trajectory. And at the beginning of the next attempt to move it, you have to make a control check again.
How far away from it are we at the moment?
You have to be within 40 feet to control it in the first place, so now it's about 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
Not entirely sure what's going on, but maybe we shouldn't be getting close to this thing.
No, it's getting closer to us. It's the other way around.
Oh, yeah. That's worse. That's much worse.
Right. Well, hang on. There you go. At least that way you got, like, an idea of what he's doing.
It's not better.
That's not better. At least you know about it. Well,
I mean, I'm just trying to prove that I can be trusted with the book that you lent me by displaying some common sense, logic, and good reasoning skills. By saying, don't touch it, leave it alone.
and the resolve would not
Maybe.
along with nod along with that, then lose control of the orb probably.
And it moves 10 feet closer towards you. Now it's about 10 feet away. And that tug has gotten much stronger. You also get the sense that if it touches you, something bad will happen.
Then, out of character, can I ask what this is? I think, is this an orb of annihilation?
This poor dwarf that will soon be no more.
I think Theseus could identify it if you want to know for sure.
I mean, look, you're all standing together, so it's definitely close enough to take a peek.
Oh god,
This would just be an Arcana roll.
taking a step back in that case.
I mean, at any point, you could have asked to do this. That is most definitely a sphere of annihilation.
Don't touch that. Get away from that.
Why is there a sphere of annihilation here?
I don't care. Don't get it. Walk backwards. It's coming towards us.
Can I
What's
fly and attempt to check at the same time?
Sure.
Well, I'd like to fly 60 feet up.
You have to stay within 40 feet.
Okay, I would fly 40 feet up. So I'm directly above it.
Mm-hmm.
And try and get it to go back to where it came from. Fuck.
It lurches. It lurches 20 feet up towards you.
Hey, I'm safe. We're all safe. I'm gonna leave it hanging in midair and I'm gonna fly away.
I don't feel safe.
Well, you will see the result without flying away from it, obviously not trying to do anything more to it.
Theseus will turn and run in the same direction then.
By the way, the whole time they were fucking with this orb, Bratu, carrying the captain like a sack of potatoes, has already gone towards the ship to not fuck with this thing.
Okay. Sure.
Please tell me this thing isn't going to be following us around the world in 10-foot increments.
No, it's the slug that kills you.
The snail, you mean?
So it's the snail that kills you.
No.
You can have as much money as you want, but there is a snail following you around the world.
It always knows where you are, and if it touches you, you die horribly. Yeah, no, this is the snail. This is the snail.
We can't in good conscience travel too quickly then.
No,
otherwise this thing's gonna like burrow through the mantle of the earth.
It was a joke. It's not moving. You have to control it for it to move, and you would know that.
Alright. Yes, I know that's normally how it works, but I haven't seen one float out of a giant corpse before.
You've never seen one in person before. You don't know that's not how they're created.
That's fair.
So you all fly back to the ship.
I think that's going to be just the safest thing to do at the moment, yeah.
Okay. The further you get away from the sphere, the less that tug happens until finally it pretty much feels like you have no connection to it.
I have many questions.
And you go back to the ship. The captain has left his quarters unlocked this time, so if you would like to deposit him in his bed, you can do that.
Deposit him?
I don't know, last time we did that. Captain of the brig.
Well, I think, don't put him in the brig. Be nice.
Why would you put him in the brig?
For his own safety. And ours.
I feel like that's more for your own than for his.
I was about to say, I don't think he's safe anywhere he goes. I don't think he can be safe.
And
Well, I mean,
activate.
just we'll just put him in his bed.
And I assume rest for the day.
I want to see if I can rediscover that connection to the earth and stuff.
Well, is that pretty much what you guys are going to be doing? Is spending the day pondering and pontificating?
I'm gonna take a bath.
Actually,
No shower
I-
thoughts.
I thought this was gonna be a. I thought I was gonna end up asking this later, but I guess I'll ask it now.
I need.
I want to make a new banner. I want to make a new samurai banner. And it's,
Like with new effects or what?
I'm open to the idea of new effects, but that is not.
That's
immediate.
that's a discussion for later.
That's not the immediate thing. That's a whole different thing.
Well,
I was
I
more
need
just thinking a new banner design wise.
Sure.
That's all he was going to do in character.
That-
the
that-
new effect thing would be a. Yeah.
the whole process requires materials and resources you don't have. You guys, I assume, then are just going to be resting.
I mean, I think after this we kind of need it, but yes.
Yeah. Theseus would at the next opportunity like to try crafting a poppet, though.
Okay.
That's just like a super cheap, like basically an animate doll.
Buddy.
Also,
I will
additional,
make a mud buddy as soon as I can.
additionally, because of your feet, you also do have a homunculus on the ship. It's
Give him a pat.
a 1 HD like little baby thing, but
I gently pat.
so as you guys kind of wind down for the day, trying to process everything, that power settles back in and you all feel that connection, though it's not as strong as before, and you all gain a mythic tier.
Awesome. What is that?
Yes. Same question.
I will
Well, that
go
answers one of my questions.
more in depth later, but essentially it is a separate class track that scales from 1 to 10 that represents mythic powers.
Alright.
I will send you all the link. There is also a class option there in the I think in the compendium for classes it has the mythic options.
I will check.
Yes, it does. So if you want more
Is it just classes or mythic classes?
under the classes browser, they should show up as the first 6 things: the Archmage, Champion, Guardian, Hierophant, Marshal, and Trickster.
No, I've just got classes, regular classes.
Do you have anything ticked?
So anyway, so we go to the compendium.
Yep.
We go to classes.
Browse classes.
Oh, browse classes. Okay, I'm just clicking on classes.
Yeah, browse classes.
Right. Yeah, I thought we'd do it differently. I'll wait for it to load.
And essentially, what will happen
Nice.
as you gain your first mythic tier, you'll gain a bunch of abilities and a mythic feat.
Assuming mythic feats will be under feed browse features.
Yes.
Oh, I have some looking up to do then because I wasn't expecting this.
And we can cover more in depth the specifics later. But this is your ascension.
Yes. Well,
Damn, son, it's been like 2 days for me.
You've had a very eventful couple of days.
I did.
you just came along with us and ooh.
You went from being pretty much at risk of being eaten by a cannibal to suddenly on the path to veritable godhood. you've had a very busy couple of days.
I need that bath and a nap.
And you get both.
Hell yeah.
Snore. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some research.
Yep. For now, we can...
We wrap up.
We don't have to wrap up unless you guys feel that that's a point you want to wrap up on.
Well, I mean, we're resting after apparently, as you mentioned, getting on the track to being minor deities.
Bitch slapping an angel.
Where do I even go to? Oh, there's Mythic. All the way under, like, in the fucking corner.
I sent a link to the channel. Whoops, I sent that to the wrong channel.
What have you done?
I may
Wahoo.
have spoiled it for anyone who was paying attention.
Well, remove it.
I did, and
did.
I moved
Good.
it into the correct channel.
Good.
So if you guys would, if this is where you would like to wrap up, then we can.
Oh,
As you rest and contemplate the changes occurring.
are all these things available in Foundry?
I believe so.
Yeah, I can't find mythic feats, but I will.
They should be there.
And
Yeah, the mythic feats are in there.
oh yeah, it's just anything with a mythic in brackets after it.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't select because it's not a class; it'll be a tag, I imagine, or something like that. Oh, just give us a lot to think about.
Then I think that's a good place to break. Then, if there's a lot to think about.
There's a lot to think about.
All right, then we'll go say hi to someone else then and think.
Many things, yes.
Big thumb. Large yellow think.
No yellow.
Yes, yellow.
But yellow save.
A lot of these have standard prereqs as well.